Yeah, and the worst of the worst, you had Chris Jericho on this show.
Mm-hmm.
Of all people.
Austin, this was goatee,
I don't
red tipped hair
care!
Chris Jericho.
If AEW has taught me anything, Chris Jericho is one of the worst wrestlers I have ever seen. I don't care if I go back to fucking 99 when he was a goddamn Ralphus. He's fucking terrible.
Austin, I think this was around the time when he was undisputed champion as well, like not
Which he
long
didn't
before
deserve.
this. But he
He
beat The
didn't
Rock and
deserve
Stone
that.
Cold in the same night, Austin.
The Rock and Stone Cold should be ashamed for putting him over.
It's funny because around this time as well, I remember the Jim Cornette clip. I think we talked about this in another review as well, but around the time, like, Chris Jericho, around this specific time, like, Chris Jericho was going on, like, internet message boards and shit, trying to, like, defend his matches, and was trying to say, like, his matches always steal the show, and fans don't know what they're talking about, and shit. And it's just funny because he still does the same shit now.
He's
He
so
still
bad.
does it.
Like, I didn't see it when when he was in WWE, but it's like AEW brought the fucking. It's like it brought the shittiness out of him, and now I can't unsee it.
Well, according to
Because
Jim Cornette, it's always been there the whole time.
oh, I know. You see, it's been hiding in plain sight.
Because all the shit Jericho does now in AEW, Jim Cornette said that, like, Jericho was trying to do that shit for years and years and years in WWE.
Yeah, it's been an open
know.
secret. It's been an open secret this
Yep.
entire time. I never thought I would side with Vince on something, but thank God he shut him fucking up multiple times.
Jesus Christ. Could you imagine if we would have got the Mimosa Mayhem in WWE? Or the
I would have
fucking
died.
Anarchy in the Arena?
No.
Did Jericho also do the Stadium Stampede too?
Yes.
Oh my god. But you know what he did invent, Austin? The Money in the Bank ladder
What?
match.
He doesn't get credit for that no more.
Yeah, because
He's lost
too busy.
all credibility.
He's too busy being credited as the best wrestler in the world in AEW, or so that's what Jericho says anyway.
He is like the epitome of indie.
Oh man.
He's like, you know, he's like Austin Aries if he didn't sexually assault Christy Hemme.
Do you think Chris Jericho ever sexually assaulted anyone? Then no one just.
I wouldn't be
knows.
surprised.
Oh my god, you said I wouldn't be surprised. Jesus
I mean,
Christ.
he looked like a predator in this era, so.
What, you're saying that the red tipped hair and the goatee didn't look cool, Austin?
No,
Jericho
it did not
thought
look
it looked
cool.
cool.
Well, you know what he also thought was cool?
Hmm.
Joey Ryan before speaking out. So.
Yeah.
He praised Joey Ryan, I hope you know.
Yeah. It doesn't surprise me with how he praises everything in AEW as well.
He
No
kind of
matter
reminds
how
me of
bad it
Joey
is.
Ryan, just, you know,
Oh my
without,
god.
you know, sexually assaulting 12 women.
I mean, hey, you never know.
Yeah, I know.
Has Chris Jericho ever been arrested, Austin? Do you know?
You know, let's find out.
Oh my god, this is turned into, this is went from a SmackDown review into a Chris Jericho fucking degeneracy rabbit hole.
Chris Jericho arrested arrested?
Oh my god.
Oh, he has!
Oh no. What did he get arrested for?
Well, let's see.
Wait,
He was
was he
arrested in
more than
January
once?
2010 for alcohol intoxication in a public place.
Oh, that's when he was doing Best in the World Jericho during that time.
Yeah, so basically, Chris Jericho and Gregory Helms were arrested
Oh, Gregory
in
Helm.
January 2010 for alcohol intoxication in a public place. The arrest took place at a Shell gas station
A
in
Shell
Kentucky.
gas station, Kentucky.
Each man was released
What?
after posting a $120 bond.
$120? That's how you know Kentucky's a fucking hick. If they only charge $120 for bond. What the fuck? Jesus Christ, man.
Oh, wow. Okay, hang on.
What now? What could it
Let's see.
possibly be?
Sportskeeda. If it will load up.
Don't tell me
Apparently he was
for
arrested
something else.
this year.
This year? What?
Yep. Apparently. Oh, this comes from the Jim Cornette Experience podcast.
Oh.
Jim says a good friend who is a police officer in Northern Ireland contacted me and showed me a body cam footage of a drunken, aggressive, and flexing man in the corridor of a local hotel in Belfast. The man in question was Chris Jericho.
Oh.
Police were called after reports of loud music, aggression towards hotel staff, and general disturbing of the peace coming from the hotel he was staying in, and my friend was one of the officers to respond.
Jesus Christ, man. Why? What is wrong with this man? What the fuck?
So Jericho was arrested for more alcohol intoxication
Oh my god.
this year.
Jesus Christ, bro. I didn't know Jericho had an alcohol problem.
Don't surprise me. It really don't surprise me.
Well,
He makes people want to drink alcohol, so I'm not surprised.
Well, I mean, he fits right in with AEW. They got abusers, alcoholics, drug addicts, you name it, they got it.
Bank robbers.
Yep. So he's only been arrested twice.
Yeah. You know what AEW is missing?
What?
Murderers.
Jeez, well, I mean, do you think fucking Nick Gage murdered anyone? Because he's in the murder, death, kill gang, don't forget.
I don't know. I think there's some wrestlers that almost have murdered people.
Jesus Christ.
You know, they can get Jimmy Snuka in AEW. I think that would be a perfect fit. Because you know he murdered his wife. So. Did you know that?
What?
That Jimmy Snuka murdered his wife?
Well, isn't that why Jimmy Snuka got fucking arrested and then, like, blacklisted from history?
Well, he got blacklisted, but he's not arrested. He's free.
Jesus Christ. Isn't that why they stopped calling Tamina Snuka?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, man.
You know, the reason he's free is because he's not mentally eligible to go through court.
Why?
I don't know. I know when it comes to... I watched The Dark Side of the Ring. Apparently, he is just not mentally stable enough to go through it. And when I mean mentally stable, like, he doesn't comprehend
Jesus
where
Christ.
he's at. Like, but yeah, let's get back to SmackDown.
I'm trying to fucking see something here. Fucking. Okay, so do you wanna, I can go down this list here, Austin. I found a list of Chris Jericho controversies. If you
Oh
want
my
me to
God.
go over it. It's a lengthy list, so we might be here a while.
I really don't want to be here a while. I'm kind of tired. So, you
Well,
know what? Here,
what?
I'll let you talk about that on the podcast.
Are you, can I read one controversy?
Fine.
All right,
Fine.
let me look at these and see which one I want to read. Oh my God.
That doesn't sound like good.
Some of these are so bad. Uh, I, okay, what's this one? Oh, Jesus. You can't be saying that, Chris.
He
I
said
don't know
something
if I
fucked, didn't he?
I don't know if I want to say that one or save it for the podcast because it's fucked. Oh, no.
If it's that fucked, I would save it for the podcast.
Oh, Jesus.
But let's get on with this fucking review once you figure out which one that is that you want to say.
Okay, I'll read, I could read the one where fucking Jericho said some shit about Chinese people.
Oh my god, no, why?
So, this is the only one I'll read. If people that are watching, if you want to hear more of these Jericho controversies, I will read this list on the next episode of the podcast whenever we record that. So I'll have to save this article. But here's the controversy. I'm only reading this one. In 2018, Chris Jericho came under fire for comments he made on his podcast Talk is Jericho about his experiences touring in China with his band Fozzy. Jericho referred to Chinese people as communist and out of touch, and he
Oh
criticized
no.
the country's government and culture. The comments were widely criticized as being insensitive and racist, which Jericho later apologized for. That's one of the many controversies on this list.
Jesus Christ.
So I'm gonna fucking send you this article so I don't lose it. Or if you want to view it on your own time, there it is.
I don't really want to do that on my own time.
Alright, here we go. So yeah, more on that on the podcast, so stay tuned for that.
Might as well talk about it. I know what it is. Just go ahead.
Austin knew this was coming because I found this when we were doing our review of the Busta Rhymes episode of SmackDown from 2002, because one Mr. Chris Jericho was on the show, and I decided to look up what controversial things Chris Jericho has done. And I found this article from Trell.co. It says, Chris Jericho's controversies. So, Here is a. I don't care about reading his career. Here, I don't care about his personal life. Okay, here is the list of Chris Jericho's controversies. I was going to read this on the review, but Austin told me, no, do it on the podcast, because he couldn't be bothered that night. So now we're doing it here.
Now, before
And
you get to this, how long is this article?
Nine paragraphs.
Okay.
So, here are Chris Jericho's controversies as of this year. So if Chris Jericho gets any more controversies, it's going to seem outdated, but this is as of 2023. Controversies. Throughout his career, Chris Jericho has been involved in several controversies that have made headlines in the wrestling industry and beyond. From controversial comments to incidents in the ring, here are some of the most notable controversies involving Chris Jericho. These aren't in order of year, these are kind of just whatever. In 2012, Jericho was wrestling in Brazil when he grabbed the Brazilian flag from a fan in the audience and kicked it. This caused outrage among Brazilian fans and led to Jericho being suspended by WWE for 30 days. Jericho apologized for the incident, calling it a stupid, immature mistake.
Jesus Christ.
In 2018, Jericho came under fire for comments he made on his podcast, Talk is Jericho, about his experiences touring in China with his band, Fozzy, better known as Austin's favorite music group.
Fuck Fozzy.
Jericho referred to Chinese people as communist and out of touch, and criticized the country's government and culture. These comments were widely criticized as being insensitive and racist, and Jericho later apologized. In 1998, Jericho had a backstage altercation with Austin's favorite wrestler, Bill Goldberg.
Oh my god, why?
Jericho had made some disparaging comments about Goldberg in an interview, which led to Goldberg confronting him in the locker room. The two reportedly got into a physical altercation, with Jericho punching Goldberg in the face. The incident resulted in Jericho being fined by WCW.
Jesus Christ.
In 2002, Jericho was involved in an incident with a fan during a match in Victoria, British Columbia. The fan had climbed onto the ring apron and was yelling at Jericho, who responded by shoving the fan and knocking him to the ground. Jericho was charged with assault and fined $1,000.
Oh my fucking god.
Oh my god, this might be the most fucked one.
Great.
You can tell what this is about just based on the year. I'm going to say the year, and you tell me what you think this is about. In 2007, what do you think this is about?
Don't tell me it's about the president.
Nope. What else happened in 2007 that was big?
I'm trying to think, man.
What tragedy happened in 2007?
No, I don't even have to say it.
You definitely know what this is about then.
No.
Because Jericho had something to say about it in 2007.
Just go ahead.
In 2007, Jericho was criticized for comments he made on his podcast about the murder-suicide of Chris Benoit and his family. Jericho referred to Nancy Benoit, Chris Benoit's wife, as a dingbat and
Nah.
suggested that she may have been partly to blame for the tragedy.
Bro, her spine got ripped from her body.
But Austin, Chris Jericho said she was a dingbat. The comments were widely criticized as being insensitive and victim-blaming, and Jericho later apologized. You notice Jericho apologizes a lot.
How can you say that about somebody who got fucking this Sub-Zero fatality on them? You can't do that. You
Apparently
can't.
that was partly Nancy's fault, according to
Nah,
Jericho.
you can't. Are we just gonna? Nah, because are you fucking? Christopher.
Oh man. There's 2 more controversies left.
Is he like the Boogie of wrestling that he fucking just apologizes all the time?
I guess so.
He's fat like Boogie.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. In 2018, Jericho was involved in a backstage altercation with fellow wrestler Austin's baby daddy, Kenny Omega, at a New Japan Pro Wrestling event. The two had been involved in a heated feud, and the altercation reportedly started when Jericho threw a table at Omega. The incident was captured on video and went viral, leading to speculation that it may have been a work. However, both Jericho and Omega later confirmed that it was a real altercation. And then finally, in 2020, Jericho came under fire for performing at a rally for then U.S. President Donald Trump. Jericho had been invited to perform with his band Fozzy at a Trump rally in South Dakota, which led to criticism from fans and fellow wrestlers who felt that Jericho was supporting Trump's controversial policies. Jericho defended his decision to perform, saying that he was not endorsing any political views and that he was simply doing his job as a musician.
That's not the Sturgis tour.
Conclusion. Chris Jericho's career has been marked by several controversies over the years. While some of these incidents have been relatively minor, others have caused significant backlash and damage to his reputation. Despite these controversies, Jericho has continued to be a successful and popular wrestler, musician, and entertainer, and he remains one of the most recognizable names in the industry.
God, I hate Jericho. You can't say that about the Benoit family. You just...
Yep.
Why?
But that was all of Chris Jericho's controversies. The only other things we found out was that he got arrested twice as well, but I don't know why that's not on there.
Bro,
Yeah.
I don't understand how you could say that about the Benoit family, man. Like, with how much we know about that situation. Can't...
Well, I mean, it is Chris Jericho, so... But this is the same man who, in fucking 2002, he was going on fucking, in the middle of the night, was going on internet fucking forums and message boards to argue with fans and to say that him and RVD had the greatest match of all time and it was better than the main event of whatever fucking pay-per-view that it was on. And like, so this is the same man that does all the fuck shit that he does now in AEW. So it doesn't surprise me that he said that shit about
He's
Nancy
like
Benoit,
he's
because
like the
he's
modern day
delusional.
Hulk Hogan, bro.